Namaste, everyone, and welcome to Anchored Light. So I hope you joined us for the earlier session for emotional healing for stress and anxiety. And along those lines, many people are stressed and have a lot of anxiety due to money issues. So what we try to do is try to help you understand how to use energy in improving your relationship with money. So essentially, this section or this segment is healing your relationship with money. Now, so when you say healing your relationship, what does that mean? How do you have a relationship with another person? The way you talk, the way you feel, the way you communicate, right? So money or finances, depending on what term you're going to use, there's also a relationship on how we think, how we talk, how we act in our, let's just say, interaction with money and prosperity. So let's start from the basics. Money by itself is neutral, right? I remember when I attended the event with Tony Robbins, he said, money is actually neutral. Having lots of money to a person, giving lots of money to a person in a very, very short time or suddenly would actually amplify either their goodness or whatever is not good with them. It has an amplifying effect, okay? Now, another way to look at it is something like this. What is your perception of money in terms of who you are? And since most of you are on the spiritual path, there's several things that people have issues with. Number one, a lot of people think that money and spirituality don't mix, right? In fact, one of the most famous quotes that people use in the Bible, it says, you cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve God and money. You guys might remember that. We have let's just say, an update for that one. All right. So that's one. Number two, most people, when they look at money and prosperity, if they have a lot of it, either they feel good or they look at their friends and loved ones who are not doing so well, they feel guilty. Right? Again, I'm addressing people on the spiritual path. Regular people, they could care less. All right. The third thing, some of you might be, I'm okay with money, prosperity, all that is good and wonderful. So it is. And then when your finances start improving more and more and more, for whatever reason, it hits a point where you don't tell anyone. In your self-dialogue, you start feeling guilty. Or you start having self-doubt that, I don't know if this will last, man. I don't know if I'm really worthy of this. Or, I don't know, I might suddenly not be a holy person anymore. Sounds familiar? Now, all of these are easy to explain. These are thought forms that we create. For example, if you grew up with stories from whatever religion you come from, and most of them say the same thing, the person who's rich versus the person who's poor. The person who's poor is usually the good guy, and they're going to heaven. The rich guy is always the guy barbecuing in hell. Sounds familiar? Those are stories where you go, yeah, but those are stories. Hear me out. But whatever your age is, when you listen to those enough times, it forms a certain thought form. We talk about it. Thought form is essentially you, the soul, gathering this raw material called prana, creating a certain form with it. It becomes like a programming that sits in your energy field. Okay? So if you hear this enough times, there's that thought form sitting in you, or even though you say, I don't believe in it, at some point it will influence you. Number two, if you grew up with parents or people that raised you that were not doing well financially, you say, I don't want to be like them. I want to be better. Okay, that's great and wonderful. Watch this. The problem is, even when you become better financially, the old thought forms that they created that are embedded in you will also wake up at some point. What does that mean? Let's talk about the chakras. By the way, before we do the energy healing, we always want to talk about it so you understand. Otherwise, the divine energy flushes things out, and then you feel better until you create the negative thought again. So let's say this is the energy center, the chakras. So if this is your basic chakra at the base of your spine, this is the one that regulates your finances. In other words, how much energy comes in and out of that basic chakra, or some people call the root chakra, this will determine to a certain extent, number one, how productive you are. Number two, like how dynamic you are in trying to be successful in the material world. Number 3, how much prosperity energy you absorb. Okay? So if a person has self-doubt about whether they're worthy about being successful and being prosperous, or let's say they have a negative experience with money, that they trust somebody they love and they cheated them, so after that you somehow had this perception that money will ruin relationship, whatever it is, all those little thought forms are like little seeds inside the basic chakra. Okay? Hear me out. So, you're positive, you understand you're going to be prosperous, things are actually taking off, getting better and better. So whatever happens in the inner world happens in the outer world and vice versa. Okay? So as you become more prosperous, or at least your finances are growing, becoming better, the basic chakra energetically also gets bigger. Now, as that chakra gets bigger, whatever seeds that are in there, positive seeds or negative seeds, these are seeds are, minute thoughts we had before, guess what? As more and more energy coming in and out, that energy also will make the little seeds grow. That's why some people, they want to be successful, so they're working hard, things are taking off in their business. And guess what happens? They self-sabotage because they feel guilty. Or they just, I just don't know why. I mean, I'm doing well, but why does this keep happening? How come I made the wrong decision when I knew better? Whatever. All these things are due to what? Well, not all. Most of them are the seeds growing. And if you're not aware of it, guess what happens? Either you feel depressed, you feel defeated, or you say, oh, somebody is psychically attacking me. That's usually the default. But in reality, these are thoughts and emotions inside. And one more. Most of you, if I ask you about how do you feel about energy? Like, when we do meditation, being silent or feeling the energy move through your system, or you learn some healing modality like pranic healing or Reiki or other healing modality, you go, yeah, this feels very familiar. If I ask an audience of 100 people, easily 80% will raise their hand. They go, oh yeah, I've never attended healing classes, but several parts of this feel familiar. If I ask you, how many of you feel like, yeah, it feels using crystals, okay? Wearing certain gemstones, doing breathing exercises, visualizing, a lot of these feel familiar. This is why. Keep an open mind. You don't have to believe this. In ancient times, who are the healers? Who are the healers? Monks, priests, priestesses, yogis, yoginis, shamans, right? Most, if not all, took a certain vow. It's called the vow of poverty. The proper term is vow of specialization, but most people look at it as a vow of poverty. In other words, they don't focus anything about money, about resources. They're only interested in, let's say if you're a shaman, you're in charge of the spiritual needs of the village. If you're a monk, you're a priest, you're only in charge of what? The well-being of the temple or whatever the spiritual center is. It's like a missionary. These days, missionary, you go to a faraway place. The only thing that's important for you is what? Spreading your teachings. Not about making a ton of money. So here's what happens. Listen carefully. The thoughts and emotions a soul creates during whatever lifetime, when the body dies, a lot of it gets disintegrated depending on what kind of lifestyle you had, before you leave your body. But some of them get stuck, or not stuck, are embedded in your chakras. So these are called ancient seeds. So these ancient seeds take time to release. And they release through learning a teaching, or you experience that, okay, money and spirituality are compatible. The more prosperous I am, I can help more people, whatever it is. Or it could simply be pain. When a person goes through such a difficult time with their finances, and they just have a resolve, because enough, I want to do better. I never want to feel this way again, because I want to help a lot of people, blah, blah, whatever it is that goes through your head, that negative thought form is released. Now let's put it all together. Your relationship with money is a direct result of the thoughts and emotions you create as you interact with your finances, with your resources, your goals, and anything to do with the material world. So step one is to practice what my teacher always calls ruthless self-honesty. Ask yourself a simple question. Do I have guilt when I have so much money? Let's say you're not there. You just pretend. Okay, when you have a lot of money in front of you, do you feel guilty? If you have even a little bit, don't say, oh, that's just so tiny. It's a seed that gives you an idea. Number two, you ask yourself, when things are not doing so well, how often do I quote or use spiritual quotes as a way to make myself feel better? Case in point. I know people when things are not doing well financially, they will say, well, money is the root of all evil anyway. Which is the wrong quote. The love of money is, not money itself. So by asking some of these questions, you get like a glimpse, what are the seed thought forms that are still holding you back? Oh, here's the last one, because of time. When good things happen to you, you say, yeah, man, oh, that's great, Lord God, thank you. Thank whoever you want to thank. Say, yeah. You're really gung-ho. So on the external, people look at you like, yeah, you're very grateful, you're gung-ho, you're super excited. If you're truly honest with yourself, how many of you have actually, when nobody's watching, you're talking to yourself, you go, I don't know, I don't feel worthy about this. I mean, okay, I'm very grateful, but I don't know, do I really deserve this? Even if it's a fleeting thought, that tells you these are little seeds that is harming your relationship with money. Now, most books you read about prosperity, whether it's, just make an affirmation. Here's the problem. We always tell you for the longest time, big fish eat small fish. So for the longest time growing up, you have a negative perception about money. Those thought forms are like big whales in your aura. So when you make affirmation, I'm going to do this, I'm prosperous, blah, blah, blah. I even had one person change her name to I.M. rich. No, I, the word letter I, period, M, period, rich, R-I-C-H. I'm looking at her, I'm going, okay, I mean, that's commendable. She must have read some prosperity book. But I look at the way she acts, the way she talks, it does not reflect that the person actually has a healthy relationship with money. Because she did not remove the seed that's inside. So the seed comes off by one, understanding. Understanding helps you, number one, stop creating those negative thoughts, negative emotions. And number two, prevents those negative thoughts and emotions in the past that we've grown from growing. Okay? Now, one more. So that's part one. Part two, how do you allow yourself to get over any type of old seeds about money and prosperity? One way is to put your attention on what you want. You go, that's obvious. Not so obvious. For example, in the Kriya Shakti class, the prosperity class we teach, we always start with the classes, why are you attending this course? Kriya Shakti is the science and art of materialization for prosperity and abundance. Why? Some people say, I want to make more money. Some people say, I want to pay off my bills. Some people say, I want to travel, whatever the goals are. So I remember one time my teacher, Grandmaster Chakras, he says, he just started the class. This is the reason you take the class. Number one, improve your life and the lives of people you love. Number two, fulfill your spiritual destiny. And we're sitting there going, wow, I understand the first one, but the second one? Okay, let's break it down. First one. Why first one? There's nothing wrong with having a comfortable life. There's nothing wrong with having good things in your life. Things that are luxurious, as long as it's not, excessive. You enjoy life. So, not only yours, but the people you love. And all of us who are parents, you want to give your children a better life than you had. Especially if your finances were not that great initially, right? So that's the first goal. First objective. Second objective. This is the part I want to drill into your head. Many of you want to visit holy places. You want to attend spiritual classes. You want to learn things to make yourself better. You want to help people in need. You want to open up a spiritual center, a healing center, any type of center that be able to serve so many people, right? If I, in the class, every time I ask for raise of hands, easy, 90% more or more raise their hands. And then I ask them, do you realize it's not free? Like, for them, it's like a shock. Like, well, but you're talking about lofty goals. I want to, save the world, save this, save that. And when you talk about money, it's the intention. No. Good intentions with no resources, you produce zero. That's why we always emphasize spirituality and money are two sides of the same coin. Money gives you the ability to bring out the goodness that is within you. Write that down. Tattoo it to your brain. Having money, having the right resources, not just money, it could be money equivalents, give you the ability to materialize, manifest your goodness. And of course, bad people, they're badness. That's such a word. Make sense? Now, here's the funny part. I think it's funny because every time we talk about it, you have people say, yeah, but I know people who are rich and they do bad things with it. Depending how receptive they are, if they're open it, I'll tell them in their face. I go, so? What's it got to do with you? Them having money and misusing it, what's it got to do with you? If you admit it, it's just your excuse to stay broke. They're like shocked. Oh, I can't believe you said that. I go, isn't it? Them misusing the money has nothing to do with you. It's them making wrong choices. And people usually stay silent. They go, yeah, but I still know some people. I go, you're just diverting your attention somewhere else instead of saying, hey, you, get your act together. Then I usually end with this, which is what my teacher usually says. My teacher would always tell us. He would say, money in the hands of good people change the world. This part, I want you to tattoo it to your soul. Money in the hands of good people change the world. Emphasis, good people, not just people. So instead of complaining about, hey, these people are using the money wrongly, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, you're a good person. So make yourself prosperous so you can help more people. Stop complaining about someone else. You're just practicing self-delusion instead of focusing on, I need to make myself better and so on and so on. You're going, oh, but that person, who cares about them? That's how you heal your relationship with money. And of course, to make it all much faster and easier, we do certain meditation and we use certain energy to disintegrate a lot of these old negative thoughts and emotions that are sitting in your energy field. Now, some of you go, yeah, I did that, it felt better, but it didn't last. Well, it's something like this. How long has a person joked about being broke? If you were to count, most of you probably can't count how many times. How many times have you felt that, you'll never have enough money, or money is bad, or you'll never ever get out of your debts? All those thought forms are constantly sitting in your energy field and basically brewing. So you do a healing, you do meditation, it flushes it out. I feel so peaceful. You might have gotten a little chunk off those, but it takes time to flush it out. That's why this is something you have to do over and over and over again. So tonight, when we do this, you'll feel a lot better. In fact, the way we're going to test this is, before we start the meditation and the healing, I'll ask you to kind of ask yourself, how do you feel about the future of your finances, your work, your job, all these things, and get an idea how you feel about it. Because when you do that, you tap into these old thought forms in your aura and kind of get a gauge of the intensity. Then we'll do the meditation, the healing, and then you ask yourself again, how does it feel? And then you do it over and over and over again. Okay? So I hope that helps. We always want you to understand what you're doing, not just go through the motions of doing the technique. Because some people, they're like this, go, oh, I don't need to know that. I just received the healing. Okay. I remember my teacher used to say, it's not good enough that you do the technique. You have to know what you're doing and why you're doing it. That's it. Okay? So I hope that helps to give you like an outline. All right. So go ahead and, before we do the healing, ask yourself a few questions. Number one, how do you feel about your relationship with money and finances and money equivalents? Are you comfortable with it? If the next day somebody comes to you and says, hey, by the way, they're giving you a house, they're giving you X amount of money that it's more than you ever expected, would you honestly say, oh, great, wonderful, so grateful? Or part of you would almost feel like, do I deserve this? Or whatever stuff that we talked about earlier. So ask yourself that question. Number two, I want you to also think or ask yourself why you want to be more prosperous. Do you have an outcome for having more abundance in your life? If it's just for the sake of bragging rights, like you have so much money, it won't last. It will not last. Because at some point, okay, you have a lot of money, now what? You can sit on it. It's what that will get you. By having more money, more prosperity, I can have my family members. I can travel to certain places to do my spiritual practice. I can donate to this spiritual cause that I believe in. If there is something that's pulling you towards it, then those thought forms of inadequacy, those thought forms of money being a conflict to your spirituality will dissolve. That's that. It's very simple. Okay? Now, I'll leave you with one thought and we'll do our meditation. It's easy for many people who teach prosperity to say, don't think about those, just make affirmations. You might feel good at that time when you're attending a seminar. Oh, yeah, man, that might feel good at that time. But those little, how do you call this, affirmations and feel good for a day or two is nothing compared to all the stuff in our closet. There's nothing. That's why I always use the example. People do New Year's Day resolution, they don't last. You know why? Because if they don't get rid of the negative thinking and habits and whatever else they've had in their energy field for the last 5, 10, 20 years, that 1 or 2 days will go, yeah, man. All the thoughts and emotions in the past will just gobble it up. Gone. I'm not being negative. I'm telling you the facts. That's why if you ever join us for New Year's Day meditation, what do? Man, you almost take a fire hose and flushing out all this stuff from the past. Like the principle in pranic healing, cleansing before energizing. It's just like if I have a cup of stale coffee, I want to drink a fresh cup. I don't keep pouring old new coffee to displace the old coffee. Common sense will tell you, dump the old one and put new one. Make sense? So think about those questions. How is your relationship with money? How do you foresee your financial future? And the third most important one is when, not if, when your finances get better and better, who can you help? What difference can you make in the world to make it better? Go ahead and ask those questions. Okay, shall we? Focus on your crown. I am that. I am. I'm not the body. I'm not the emotion or the thoughts. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, divine power. Just keep focusing on your crown. I am the soul. I am the spiritual self. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spirit in me. I am a child of God. I'm one with God. I'm one with all. There's only oneness. Just be still. There's only oneness. Okay, open your hands in blessing. We'll do the meditation twin hearts as taught to us by Grandmaster Chakras, the founder of Pranic Healing and Arhatic Yoga. So be aware of your heart, your hands. Imagine the earth in front of you, the size of a little ball. Focus on your heart and your hands. Project beautiful pink light from your heart through your hands and fill the entire earth. And we will use the prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred anywhere, within me, outside of me, let me bring forth, let me sow unconditional love. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. Where there's doubt, let me sow faith. Where there's despair, let me sow hope. No matter what we're going through, there's someone else who's having a more difficult time. So think of people you know who are going through challenging, difficult times with their health, with their relationships, and their finances. Visualize their lives getting better and better. May they be blessed with hope and with faith in a better life. So be it. So be it. May all be blessed. Where there's darkness, let me sow light, sadness, joy. Just be aware of your heart and your hands. Fill the earth with peace, with love, with a spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith, with light and lots of joy. So be it. So be it. Blessings be to all. Now be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Be aware of your crown, the top of your head. Exhale. Again, be aware of your heart. Inhale. Lift that loving feeling from your heart to your crown. And exhale. Gently, again from your heart, inhale. Inhale, go to the top of your head. Exhale and stay there. Be still. You might feel a pressure, a tingling on your head. That's the divine energy building up on your crown. That beautiful golden light on your crown is now sliding down through your hands and blessing your home. Bless your relatives and friends with this golden light. The people you work with, the city you live in, the country, all the countries in the world, fill them all with beautiful golden light. From the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with love and with kindness. Fill the earth in front of you with intense golden light, blessing every person, every being, all beings with golden light. From the heart of God, may all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. Blessings be to all. And just be still, let the golden light just keep flowing through us. So be it. Now, be aware of your heart and your crown simultaneously. Take a deep breath. Exhale, imagine golden light even brighter than before, just pouring out of our hands and saturating the entire earth. Fill the earth with intense, intense golden light. Let's say our hearts are one, our souls are one, our spirits are one. There's only oneness. From the center of the heart of God, through my spirit, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being in the higher worlds, middle worlds, even the lower worlds, may all beings in every dimension, every direction be blessed with love and with kindness. May all be blessed with inner peace and inner healing. May all be healed of any pain, sorrow, or suffering. So be it. So be it. May all be blessed with understanding, harmony, goodwill, and the willingness to do good. So be it. Blessings be to all. Now gently lower your hands, keep your eyes closed, keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just a little above your head, imagine a beautiful golden flame. The image doesn't have to be clear. It's there, just a golden flame floating above your head. Be still, just look at that golden light. You're not the body, you're that light. You're not any of your feelings and your thoughts. You are that brilliant light. Just look at that light, say, I am that I am. I am that brilliant self of light. That self am I. I am that I am. Be still and listen. Allow your awareness to just drift into that golden light and stay there. Be still. Be aware of the inner stillness and the brilliant light. Just be still. And let go. Now. Experience your true being as that being of light, in stillness and in peace. Maintain your stillness and awareness. Just be still. The brilliant light above your head is now turning into brilliant electric violet light. It's brilliant white light with sparkles of violet. That liquid electric violet light is now pouring down to your crown. Just let it happen. Any negative thoughts, negative energies, worries about money, any negative relationship with money be disintegrated, extracted, expelled to the near saltwater violet fire next to you. You can visualize a violet fire next to you if you like. The divine energy is cleansing your forehead, your Ajna chakra, which is in between your eyebrows and the back of your head. Your crown, forehead, Ajna, back head chakras are being cleansed. Any poverty consciousness thoughts, emotions, ideas are dissolved, disintegrated, fully extracted and expelled to the near saltwater of violet fire to you. Your crown, forehead, Ajna, back head chakras are highly energized, highly activated. The divine energy is pouring down to your throat and your neck. This is where worry thoughts, emotions are stored. Allow the brilliant electric violet light to disintegrate all the way to the roots, any seeds of worry about money, negative thoughts, negative emotions, negative expressions about money and prosperity are now dissolved, disintegrated, fully expelled in the salt water and by fire to you. Just let it happen. Just be still. The divine energy is entering down, down, down into your body and into your back heart, in between your shoulder blades, going to the front of your heart. The entire higher astral body are filled with waves of love, waves of joy, and waves of ananda, divine bliss. Be still. The divine energy is pouring down, down to your front and back solar plexus, going deep into your front and back solar plexus. This is in between your ribs, at the base of your sternum, that's the front solar plexus, and the one behind it. These are also gateways to your lower emotional body. So just be still, allow the divine energy to go deep into your front back solar plexus and completely fill up your lower astral bodies. Any anger, resentment towards oneself or others, any type of negative thoughts, emotions towards money and prosperity are now being dissolved, disintegrated, fully expelled in their salt water to you now, or violet fire. Any energies of unworthiness, any type of thoughts, emotions, ideas that money and prosperity are not compatible. These are all completely disintegrated, extracted, expelled in their salt water, so be it. Any stress, any anxiety about money are dissolved, disintegrated, expelled in their salt water now, so be it. The divine energy is pouring down the front of your body, and especially down your spine to the base of your spine, your basic chakra. Just be still. Allow the divine energy to go deeply into your basic. Any energies of procrastination, any type of poverty consciousness thoughts, intentionally or unintentionally expressed, are dissolved, disintegrated, fully expelled in their salt water violet fire to you. The divine energy is cleansing your basic chakra of any type of laziness. It's disintegrating any types of procrastinating energies. Is disintegrating any negative habits about money and negative thoughts about money. They're dissolved, disintegrated, expelled in their salt water violet fire to you. Any old leftover energies from previous vows of poverty, dissolved, disintegrated, extracted, expelled in their salt water violet fire to you. Just be still. You don't have to do anything, but just allow it to happen. The water full of brilliant violet lights pouring down through your body, inside and out continuously. Just let it flow. Be still and just let it drain out. Just say, I'm letting go. I'm completely letting go of any thoughts, emotions, energies that prevents me from being happy and prosperous. So be it. Just be still and let the energy do its work. Just say, I'm letting go. So be it. Now open your eyes, put your hand like this. Okay, if you joined us the earlier session, we did this too. So I want you to move your hand simultaneously and go like this. Cut, disconnect from all these negative thoughts and belief systems. Disintegrate, cut, disconnect. Take your hand in the salt water or the violet fire to you. Tell me you notice you feel lighter, right? Okay, raise your hands like this. Let's release excess energies our bodies cannot absorb. First, visualize the people you love. Fill them with beautiful golden light. May all of them be blessed with good health, with much happiness, with abundance and prosperity, and spiritual oneness. So be it. May all be blessed without exception. Blessings be to all. Now focus on your feet and the base of your spine. Project golden light 20-30 feet deep into the earth, directly down. And repeat with me. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings to Mother Earth. So be it, and so it is. Keep blessing the earth. This is important to keep your basic chakra healthy. Helps you with making good financial decisions too. And so it is. Okay, let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, to all the saints of all traditions, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chow Kok Sui Mahaguji Mening, thank you in full faith. And so it is. All right, open your eyes. Okay, let's do that simple test. Ask yourself the same 3 questions. How do you see your financial future? Okay. How do you feel about money? Comfortable, not comfortable? How do you see yourself when you're more prosperous in utilizing that money to bring out the goodness within you? Yeah, when we're done, just leave it in the comments. When you sign off, I'll read it. That's the key. As you disintegrate a lot of these, it creates space. Okay? Creates space for more positive thoughts and emotions to now control you. You see, what people don't realize is this. It always goes back to the same lesson. I'm the soul, the spiritual self, and as I interact with everyday people, as I interact with the earthly life, I create thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. Okay? Those are the interfaces, if that's the right word, with your environment. The problem is, if you don't understand that we created these, they control us. So if you don't do cleansing, all these thoughts and emotions you grew up with because you had a negative experience or you're with people who are very negative, they became yours because you allowed them to influence you. Make sense? Because you're not aware that they're creations. So, as you understand, oh, these are energy patterns that I created consciously, subconsciously, the ones I don't want, disintegrate it. And then what I want, feed it. That's it. Very simple. And as you do your meditation, spiritual practice, you're basically holding a ginormous fire hose of divine energy. Whatever you want, don't want, flush it out. That's it. And the next step for you is to learn how to increase your prosperity energy, which is, we'll do that in one of the future Anchor Lights. But if you're interested in it, we're teaching a class called Kriya Shakti, the Science and Art of Materialization. Just go to masterco.org, the information is there. Or if you're in another country, they're taught in many parts of the world. Now, let me leave you with one thought. It's actually divided into 2. Okay? Prosperity, abundance divided into 2. The way my teacher explained it is like, if you have a light, there's the light bulb and there's the electricity. One without the other doesn't work. So the way we were taught to make things better in your life, to be more prosperous, you also need these 2 components. Your positive thinking, your good habits, generating good thoughts, planning, working towards your goal, all that is like the light bulb. The invisible something that turns it on is called karma. Okay? So one without the other doesn't work. So that's why you know people who are very smart, they have everything planned, but somehow they don't have the luck to make things happen. Just, I don't know. Right? This person, he's smart, he has all the resources to make it happen, but somehow his projects don't take off. Then you have somebody else who's not as smart, maybe not as diligent and so on, but some things just work out for them. They have all the luck. Okay, there's the key. So once you attend our classes or just listening to this, you understand we want to change the word luck to karma. Because when you say, oh, that person has bad luck, that's that, end of story. But if you say, hey, that person has some bad karma, karma implies action. Actually, karma is action and reaction. This is cosmic boomerang. Whatever you throw out will hit you back. So if you say, oh, that person has bad luck, that's it, end of story. But if you say, oh, that person has bad karma, how can they change it? So to finish it off, watch this. Because of gravity, when I let go, this will drop. Right? So if a person has negative karma, they don't have the luck. Until something changes, it continues on its path. True? But if you say, no, that's not acceptable, I want to make things better, so it's very simple. You change your bad luck to good luck, or to be more specific, the negative karma into positive karma. You introduce a new factor. So, I think second law of motion, if I remember correctly, second, third of them. So if I don't want this to hit the ground, As it's coming down, I introduce an equal and opposing force to change it. So it doesn't hit the ground. So if you don't like your situation, you change the way you think, the way you feel, the way you act. And as you help other people by the law of karma, you'll be blessed. Now, some people, believe it or not, I have people say, oh, I don't believe in that karma stuff. What you believe, what I don't believe, doesn't matter. It's called the law of karma, not your opinion of karma or my opinion of karma. That's it. And the most important part for you to remember is this. You cannot inhale forever. You have to exhale. Some people, the reason they're broke, because they keep inhaling, they don't exhale. They take, they don't give and share. So giving and sharing creates space within you to receive. For some of you, I never thought of that. Me neither. When I was new in practicing, I had no clue until I had to learn it the hard way. That's it. So I hope that helps. We went longer than I expected. I hope you got something out of it. Anyway, we leave this online, the earlier emotional healing and this prosperity healing. And we won't be doing, what do you call this, Anchor Light consistently Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the next 2 weeks because I'm traveling. I'm traveling to Taiwan to teach classes. And then after that, the following week, I'll be in Australia teaching Achieving Oneness with the Higher Soul, Pranic Feng Shui, and Spiritual Business Management, I think. Something like that. Okay. Anyway, namaste, everyone. Thank you very much. We hope you learned something, and may you always be blessed. May you always be happy, healthy, wealthy, and holy. I think that covers everything. Bye. Take care. Bye-bye.